Hey Cancer, thank you for joining me for your weekend love reading. This is going to be for the weekend of October 9th through the 11th. This is going to be a love reading. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple cards here, and then we'll get some reinforcers. As you can probably tell, this setup's a little bit different from last time, so I'm going to have to kind of play with the layout here so you can see everything. All right, we're going to pull, yeah, we'll stick with those three. Okay, so to start off, Cancer, it looks like that you're in your feels. You're in your not even feels. That's not even the right word that I'm thinking of. You're in your space. You are being you. You're standing your ground. You're being who you are meant to be. You're this independent person. Really in your abundance, really in this whole Nine of Pentacles, right? Because you've worked on yourself, you've worked on the situations, um, you've been, really hard at work because you've done all this introspective work. So this is fantastic. Um, if you haven't done the introspective work, that's what's coming in this weekend, okay? That you're going to be taking the time to go ahead and do the introspective work. Let's go ahead and pull some cards, some clarifiers, and see here. You know what, I'm going to raise this up just a bit. Give me a sec. All right. Hopefully that works a little better. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple cards for each one of these, and then we'll see if this energy is coming and going. As you guys are probably aware of, energy flows. So, like I said, it could have been that you've been working on this, and now new things are coming in, or it could be that you need to work on these aspects. I didn't really designate whether this would be a prescriptive reading or if this would be forecasting, except for that this is for the weekend. And the difference really is prescriptive. Obviously, it's like a prescription. It's what you need to hear versus, what exactly is coming in. Okay. So, what I'm kind of gathering here with this is that you're actually working really hard to move away from something that didn't serve you, possibly a third party situation. It could have also been that you're moving away from partying too much or being too much in a state of abundance, but not necessarily in the state of abundance in like a regular term, but like in excess, kind of like that double feel to it, like too much partying, too much drinking, too much celebrations. I mean, celebrations you can never really have too much of, but because it's that higher vibration of joy and happiness. But what I mean, like by the celebration aspect, is like too much drinking. But you're moving away from something that didn't serve you, and here you have the Five of Cups, and that which is like despair, and then the Three of Cups here, which is the Three of Cups here. So it's like you're walking away from that Three of Cups to end up going into that hermit mode, okay? Because this guy here on the Eight of Cups ends up being the hermit. So it's like you're recognizing that you need to move away from this party energy or this drinking energy to get you here to this hermit so you can work through some of those issues, because I really think that you really want to be a grounded individual, someone that's full of abundance, or you want to attract somebody with those qualities, right? And you can't attract someone that's full of abundance um, if all you're doing is partying and not in the right sphere, right? Not within that right vibration. So let's see here. What else we got? I also think that it's like the person that's coming in or that will come in. Um, I think they've been taking their time, and I think that with this, it's like the Knight of Cups is someone coming in to bring you a cup of love, right? To bring you their heart, to bring you a notion of some sort of emotional feeling and connection. But I think it's more of like you really want them to level up again to be a king, right? But someone is going to come in and they're going to provide you with a token of love. Again, this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic person. It could be, a friend, a family member, someone that's giving you, saying, "Hey, here's a little token of my love towards you," um, and that also, I also got, it could be as a self love in this aspect, like you're bringing a little bit of self love that then leads you to healing and walking away from this, so that you can become grounded, and that you can, be this wonderful, um, you know, dependable, reliable person. All right, let's go ahead and get some more cards here. Okay. So yeah, when this little token that comes in, this little appreciation, this little bit of gratitude that comes in towards you, I think that's going to put you in the state that you need to pause. You need to, not move any bit further until you reach enlightenment. And with here the hangman, it's all about like taking that time to be able to get your enlightenment and to be able to, have a different perspective of what's going on. I think you will be victorious with doing all this work. It looks like, with having the Six of Wands, you've moved past that inner, you know, inner battles and such, and now you're victorious. You're now this knight holding this wand, and um, it could be like a rejuvenation of that passion, right? And then here we have this Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords to me here is this kind of a shallow victory. It's not necessarily a full battle and the full war is won, but it is a small hurdle. And anybody that has done any sort of inner work, you know that it's not like a fix all. Like you don't all of a sudden do this inner work and you've worked on this one problem, and now you're good and golden, right? You're constantly evolving. And I think you're recognizing that you constantly need to work on yourself and to revolve evolve into a higher, better person with each lesson that you learn. All right, so let's see here. Beautiful. Okay, so you will be actually putting things in motion, right? Um, being in this hangman, and then also being in the hermit mode. Plus, you also got the Four of Swords. And so all of this is telling you need a pause. You need to take a break. You really need to do some work, so that you're bringing in the proper people into your life. And with the Chariot, that again is a movement that's paused. Like it's a moment that's paused. It's like you're getting ready. You're preparing yourself so that then you can move forward. And that's beautiful because you can't be victorious, and you can't have a wonderful relationship coming in if you don't do the work, right? But also if you don't do the planning. So if you don't plan out for some of these issues and whatnot, your destination is harder to get to. So if you don't like set your intentions and knowing where you want to go with something, you're not going to be able to continue, without there being some issues coming up, right? So if you're not clear on those intentions, go ahead and really hone them in, get clear on them, set them, and then move forward, right? Um, Again, here with this Four of Swords, that's about that rest and that contemplation, right? Reflecting on, your past and getting that clarity. Okay, again, a lot of pausing here, and then here, this is fantastic to end these clarifiers. Is that Ten of Pentacles. So it's all about, you're doing all this work so that you can be stable, so that you can be grounded, so that you can be resourceful and have, abundance, in the material sense, but be able to have the happy home, to be able to start building generational wealth and generational stability, to be able to set some of those key foundations so that, you know, the karma is set so that future generations don't have to relearn that, if that makes sense whatsoever. Okay, let's go ahead and get you a guidance card, and let's see what we get. Okay, so you're making a choice. So, if you are coming to a crossroads, or it could be in just regards to this, um, you do have choices, right? You do have two different paths, and with life, every moment that you have is a choice. Like, even if just waking up, do you wake up and hit the snooze alarm, or do you get up and start your day immediately? Do you get up early, or do you sleep in? Do you go left, or do you go right when you're driving? There's like a gazillion different choices and a gazillion different lifelines that spur off of those major decisions and whatnot. But it looks like that you're coming to a choice here. Either, I really think it has to do with either you learn from some situations and then you move forward, um, or, or you really don't. It could be, though, you have like two options, and maybe that this situation here of doing this self-reflection and that introspective work, that will present you with knowing how to make your choice properly. Okay, which way to go. And obviously, if you are staying aligned to who you truly are, the universe will put you on the right path. It might not be the right path at the moment. Like, let's say you have these two choices and one's good for you and one's not really good for you, and you decide to go for the one that's not really good for you. It just means that you haven't really learned the lessons yet, and that spirit will let you go through those lessons until you learn it. And then you have to take that moment to learn and grow, and then you can then make a better choice in the future. So hopefully, you'll have that insight. And with that, there's like a little bird or something right here in the middle. And to me, like, that just was going for like insight, trusting your intuition, trusting your higher self, trusting a spirit, universe, whatever, um, to help guide you as well. Okay. All right. Well, Cancer, thank you so much for letting me do your weekend love reading. And I know that obviously there wasn't any new people coming in. It really seems like that you really need to do some work. And once you do that, it will open up so many doors for you. Thank you so much. You have a great weekend. Bye.